Creating broadcast. Forgot my mic was on as I was chomping down some grapes. What's up, Tony? What's up, Michael? What's up, Jesse? How you guys doing that? Don't worry about me. I'm just filling stuff out while I'm eating on grapes. Form is back to being Astragon Lunchcraft Simulator 25. Is that Farm Sim 25? What in the heck? Farm Sim 25. Nah. Sav? Sav? Good. How about you? How are you, Phoenix? I'm good, Jesse. And Michael, thank you guys for asking. I am just I was gonna say peachy, but I guess never mind. That's too close to something else. Never mind. Alright, I think we're good to go now. I think. There we go. First thing we need to do is get rid of this stupid cart. It doesn't work. It's too high up. Yeah, homeboy just missed the whole row here. Dude, I swear. Our help. They absolutely ruined it. Oh, I'm dumb. It's supposed to be on the other side, isn't it? Whoopsie. I think anyway. Of course the tire would be too close. Of course. Can I empty this? It's straight up just going back to the dealership. I don't care if I lose the peas that are in it. This thing is frustrating. What's up, Redneck Gaming? How are you? I'm flipping my favorite grapes. I'm pretty good, sir. Thanks for asking. Fed up with this dang cart, though. It's going away. It's going far, far away. So I never have to look at it ever again. Never, ever, ever. Good riddance. That thing is beyond normal. Like, I don't understand why they don't go around the outside. Why do they go around with the pipe on the inside? Knowing you can't run grain cart for them. It makes no sense. Anyone who thinks that this is a more intelligent AI, they're not very intelligent. I mean, for Christ's sake, it's even got the guide, like, the chain there to let you know where your crops are supposed to be. But, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Giants is notorious for being lazy, and they were too lazy to make, you know, custom harvesting AI. That should be a given. Should be depending on the crop, not just one size fits all. Just my opinion. If you want to make smarter AI, that's how you do it. Like, there's no way to get it to go around the outside. So dumb. I'm just doing myself. Yeah, totally. You're kind of right on that. Oh, look at this. This is. And criticize them. They're just like, oh, but look at all the other improvements we made. That's not a proper response. It's like, we're looking. You should be like, we're looking at how to make it better in the future, instead of basically saying, yeah, this is a turd, but look at this shiny new tornado. Really? kind of like the firefighter simulator game, where someone commented and said the end of the flames is way better, and they had like a smart comment back to it. It's just like they're giving you, like, they didn't say your game sucked. They said that the other game is way better. So take that as criticism on how to improve your game. Licking your shit don't stink, I guess. The sad part about it is we've created these monsters by constantly buying these games that have all these issues, so they don't feel the need to fix them because they're like, these idiots are gonna buy it anyway. What's up, Chad? How you doing, man? What kind of grapes I'm eating? I'm out of green, and I was red grape. I'm about to eat out of red grape. The last two. I had to get a little sneak snack because Farmson's pissed me off. It took me 22 minutes to get into the server. Like, the game crashed on me twice because while I was loading into the server, like, the game froze up and it just took forever to finally get in. Frustrating. It's like an R. Kelly video. You've got a chain there. That's so you know where your crop's at. Get your shit together, giants. I fully believe they rushed Farmson 25 out to help fund this racing game. They're prematurely bragging about. I fully wholeheartedly think that. Oh, that wasn't good enough. Come on. I got one brewing. Maybe. No? It feels like it's right there. Oh, no. I wonder. Pull up NCAA football on the server PC. So I play football, running combine. What's up, Brandon? How are you tonight, sir? There we go. That was the one that was sitting there. Just waiting to come out. I did see somebody's working with like actual chicken houses. I can't wait. As soon as they come out, in the server it goes. Doing fine. Doing fine. Have about me what? Sir, have about me what? I just keen, I joke, and keen. I am pretty good, sir. Thanks for asking. Evening. Oh, good evening.
Did you just admit to playing 2 games at one time?
Oh no, I said I thought about it, pulling it up on the server PC. That way I can I can play while I'm harvesting. But I didn't.
Right.
I'm good. I'm good. I was up till
How
almost
is
2
it so
o'clock in
far?
the morning playing it. So.
Dude, I knew, because I couldn't sleep, so I came back downstairs. Hey, you're still cooking. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I played through my freshman year.
Also, I would be doing, if I wasn't so goddamn tired, I would have been doing the exact same thing. Yeah, I thought about playing it today. Actually, I didn't get to do anything today, but I thought I was gonna
That's pretty
get a couple,
right, Chad.
an hour or so of nothing to do. So I was gonna play it for a bit today, but how is it? Is it everything that it should be?
Yeah, I do rather enjoy it. I will say
Now,
I had to turn the camera
is it the same
off. The new camera, so it's you're almost the camera when you're a quarterback is lower. So I had to turn it back to the classic camera because I couldn't see shit.
Well, that's part of it. That's supposed to be the deal, man.
I don't want a simulation. I want an arcade game.
No, it's supposed to be more authentic.
I guess.
If you're doing, I only play those games for the career mode.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
I was
wait, do they have the mascot games back?
Oh, I haven't gotten that far into it. I've literally only played. I played my first 2 years as
already. Nice.
Yeah. So I was
as a quarterback.
I was stupid enough. I was the starting quarterback for Texas A&M is only 2 points higher than me. I was I could have that spot in a couple of games. I spent my whole first season on the bench.
On the bench, yeah.
So immediately I was like, all right. As I was looking through what was the best fit, and North Carolina was the best fit for me. So
If you don't want to be in the ACC.
I did, and I took them to the championship.
That doesn't mean shit in the ACC.
Yeah, I was ranked number 1. Didn't get the Heisman though.
Listen, I don't think it's fair that they give it to quarterbacks. They shouldn't, in my personal opinion. I think it should go to running backs and running backs only.
Dang. No love for the quarterbacks.
No, they get like enough attention and enough awards and stuff. Like anytime there's
What number are you talking
gonna be
about?
like the MVP, it's the quarterback because like statistically they performed the best in the game. So by default, like since they started like really going like stats based instead of just looking at the game to see like who had a clutch catch or something like that, like it's always going to go to the quarterback now, and like that sucks.
I do love the ball physics though.
But think about how many running backs back in like the 90s, early 2000s, how many college running backs won the Heisman? It was like every year. Occasionally you get a wide receiver, and then like rarely you get a quarterback.
You asked him last week, and you expected him to give you numbers
before won the Heisman.
Before the week was up?
As a running back.
Bless you.
And there was a bunch of talent that year. So they didn't mirror the like Madden physics.
I don't know. I haven't played Madden since what's the last one we played? Was like.
Well, I don't know, but it doesn't feel Madden-y.
No.
Good. So you're telling me there's a chance?
That there's definitely a chance, but like I had to play a game in the snow, and I threw it to a receiver, and he got hit. And as soon as he went down, like you could see the ball launch out of his hands when he hit the ground, and just boom, shot right up.
All right.
Let's get here, Shad. I will say the text messages, especially from your academic advisor, are a bit jank. Cause like I had a 4.0 grade average, and she was like, "All right, you did well. There's still room for improvement." I'm like, "What? There is no room for improvement. 4.0."
You can get higher than a 4.0.
Not in the game. That's
okay.
like the max. Because I had my study, like I was maxing out my studying every week, and she's like, "There's room for improvement." I'm like, really?
Well, I mean, it's better than NBA, where like their career mode is unplayable. So
Well, that's what the last one I played, what was it, 24 player I bought? Madden 24, like I couldn't even play the career mode on anything other than cornerback. And I was like, "Hey, yep, nope."
Yeah.
I wonder if you can import, like once you're done, if you can import your player into Madden. That'd be dope. That's how it used to be back in the day. Takes them 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, that was a very small time frame. I wish you could do that.
Yeah, but that was cool.
Yeah.
I was having problems doing it through the browser, but as soon as I switched over to the app, ran smoothly. And then I got super pissed off because when my wife got home, I was trying to set it up on her computer, and it's like it kept telling me to put my Microsoft PIN in. So I kept putting in my PIN, and it kept telling me it was wrong. So I went and changed my PIN twice, and I was putting it exactly in how I put it in on my computer. It was wrong, and because it's worded, it says put in the PIN for my Phoenix Feather email. Putting it in. Come to find out, it was the PIN for her laptop. I was like, this is some BS right here. It kept saying my PIN.
I was waiting for you to finish, but that's what I was going to say.
Yep. I was raging so hard.
Your
So it looks like
Microsoft account on your PC PIN.
The only way she can play on the cloud gaming, she has access to all the download stuff. Because you have to log in to the Microsoft Store under the account with the pass.
The Microsoft Store?
Yeah, so you have to log into the Microsoft Store for wherever account has the pass, and then you can log into any profile you want, Xbox profile. But that unless you're...
Why is it through the store?
I don't know. I have no clue.
That seems kind of ridiculous. It should be through the app.
Yeah, so you can log into any account you want through the Xbox app, and as long as she's logged into my Microsoft Store account, she can have access to all the downloads, but you have to have matching Microsoft Store and Xbox account to play cloud gaming.
That's like having like 15 extension cords going from like one place to another, and you get it set up perfectly, and then you're like, okay, don't touch it.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Been there. My house is currently set up like that.
That's how my computer's hooked up. I ran from the bathroom.
Yeah, because we have these. Well, we have the sneaky light switches. So, like in this office, I have a wall switch, but I have no overhead lights, so it powers one outlet in this room.
Oh, that's how our bedroom in our last apartment was.
And I have to remember. So like, I don't have my computer plugged into that one, but that outlet is the closest outlet. So I actually have like a 10-foot long surge protector going to a different outlet. So it's not plugged into that light switch one.
That's hooked up to an extension cable that runs to my outdoor outlet.
Yeah. And I think I told you that like we moved my aquarium over here and got it set up like all the way up, full of water, had the fish in there, and I realized that I had plugged it into the outlet that was on the light switch.
Oh jeez.
So I have like a big piece of tape over it, just like, don't turn this off, please. So yeah, lots of extension cables, especially in the living room. With no overhead lights, we just have like a series of lamps all connected in like one string, so we have the ability to turn it on and off with the light switch.
Jeez. It's really weird that because that's how our old apartment was. They didn't have lights in certain rooms. They just gave you switches for outlets to turn. That's so weird.
Yeah, so the issue was like this house, you can definitely see like the progression of technology, and then like the exact time that they gave up on trying to keep up with technology. Because like, I mean, back in the day, none of the like apartments had like overhead lighting, like hardwired lighting wasn't a thing. and then you just have these like random people's ways of adapting to that. It's like the most bizarre shit. Like in my living room, we have like 5 separate outlets in there, but the lower outlet is controlled by a switch, a wall switch, and the upper outlet is just on all the time, like a regular outlet should be. But like no overhead lighting. So like that was their solution to the problem.
That's why when you get one of them there clappers, clap on, clap off.
No, I feel like these days there's just too many random noises around the house where it should be like turning off and on all day.
Just be a disco.
I'm pretty sure my neighbors would just call the cops.
It's just your cat knocking shit over.
Right.
No, officer, nothing weird's going on. I just have the special needs cat. But since you're here, I do want to make a report that I saw Mark burying something in his backyard and I haven't seen his wife in a couple of days. You want to check that out?
Just completely make that up.
Yeah, Brand's a little salty that you haven't gotten back to him with numbers, apparently. Says it takes 2 to 4 weeks to get a response out of you.
Yeah, it's like normal business. Overpromise, underdeliver. Plus, if he knew the week that I had,
Exactly. That's what I said.
solving that problem is not gonna hit my list.
Just set up an auto message is like, I'll get back to you within 2 to 4 business weeks.
Yeah. So my last day today, they were like, I had like tons of people reaching out to me and be like, hey, like when you run this report, like how do you do this? Do you have a list of things that you can send me? Like various versions of that. And I ignored everything all day. And these are like, you know, Teams messages. And I'm just like, nah, you had 4 years. Now the last day you suddenly care. So I've ignored everybody.
Savage. Fuck you, Susan, and your carrot cake. Gotta agree with Dale Jr. on that one, though. He's like, how down bad you gotta be to be like, carrots? I think I'll make a cake out of that. That
is pathetic.
Because he does a podcast with his wife, and she was like, every time we have an anniversary or something, he always insists on getting me red velvet. My favorite cake is carrot cake. He's like, I just don't feel right buying a carrot cake. He's like, you gotta be like down bad. It's like, you know what? I got carrots. I can probably make a cake out of that. She's like, you do know it's spiced, right? He goes, I don't care. It's carrots. So that can't taste good. He is a trip.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree.
He was on a Bud Light podcast, and they were talking about it when you're in the car, like you have to use the bathroom in the middle of the race. He was like, man, they always put me in these white suits. He's like, so it'd be super obvious if I pissed myself. And you see it, he goes, so if I did, I would just be like, when I pulled in, I'd be like, hey, give me a orange Gatorade. And the guy looked up and was like, that's some dehydrated piss. He goes, yeah, I just pour it all over me, blend it in real good.
Smart thinking.
So he was like, he's like, I never crapped myself during a race. He said, but there's people out there that do. He's like, you know, just sometimes you can't hold it. He goes, my problem is, he goes, I can hold it all day, but it's just like, you know, your butt knows when you're getting close to that bathroom. He goes, and you pull up in the driveway, you take a step out, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
What, hold it?
No, I mean, I definitely won't hold it. But I was like, some of them just like let it rip.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't. Because then you're sitting there. What if you do it like middle of the race and you're sitting there for like a good hour, just in your own crap?
Right. Or like, yeah, you get red flagged and you get to sit there.
Oh, that was a trip back in the day when they got red flag and you see them racing to the porta potties in the infield.
Yeah, when they used to allow that.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I stayed up to almost 2 playing it. And then I ended up going to bed. Back up at 6:30, and the game plan was to get some work done and then lay back down and take a couple hour nap. And I made the mistake of turning on was it Catalyst? I think that was the name of the album by Newfound Glory. And I was just jamming out, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm fully awake now. Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, I think I'm messed up. I think I'm fully awake now.
Just like completely screwed up your sleep cycle.
Yep.
As the result of like one night of playing NCAA. That's awesome.
So I got a crap ton of work done, and then I was sitting there, and I was like, well, I got everything done I needed to get done. I guess I'll play some more NCAA. I'll just play it until I get tired, and so I played it until like I can't remember. I got tired, and I was like, all right, I think I might lay down now. And my wife was like, let me make sure the kid has her key. And of course she didn't, so I stayed up to make sure she got in the door. And then I laid down. I got maybe like a hour nap. So when I crash today, I'm going to crash. But it was a good thing I got my recording done before, or today, so I don't have to do it afterwards. When I hit, I'm going to hit hard. Just go into a coma for a day.
Yeah, I was really hoping that tomorrow would be that for me. Just like do absolutely nothing. And then my wife was like, well, if we want to order the floors tomorrow, we have to go down there before they close. And they close at 2 o'clock. And it's like 45 minutes away.
The place closes at 2 o'clock on a Saturday.
This is like, so we've gotten every single like flooring sample from like Home Depot, Lowe's, Floor and Decor, like online and shit, and just like none of it has been good. And then my wife like randomly stopped in at this mom and pop shop, and she like brought a sample back, and it's like perfect. And it's like, oh yeah, of course it is, because it costs twice as much.
Yep.
And they run like, it's a brick and mortar only, and they are 3 months away from retiring and closing the business down. And you have to like go in person to order it, and no, you can't get it shipped to your house. Like, they have it shipped to them, and then you have to go pick it up. But guess what? Their hours are like 8 to 3 during the weekdays, and then like 9 to 2 on Saturday, and it's like closed Sunday and Monday. And it's just like, how the F are you supposed to get floors from you people? Like,
we made our money. We can set our hours where the hell we want. We're retiring.
right. And then we were looking up like other mom and pop like flooring places around us, and like they all have the same hours. They are open from like, I don't know, like 11 to 1, like Tuesday through Thursday, and then like an hour and a half on Saturday. And they're like, oh, we've been in business for like 56 years. And it's like, how? So anyways, I have to go drive to this place physically just to place the order.
Yeah.
And then it's going to take 7 to 10 days for them to get the thing. And then I have to go back and pick up all this shit. And it's like, yeah, they're retiring.
That not so
Just,
great Lowe's floor is looking better now, isn't
country. You're the problem with this country. You stayed in business so long. That you're so behind the times. But
I was gonna say they probably been open so long that was like closing time back then, because you had to go home and get ready for dinner and everything.
yeah, like church or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They're keeping like 1950s hours. And so I was telling my wife, I was like, yeah, because the only other people that would remotely think to go in there in the first place are like 1950s people. And like around here, like you look at the population that's selling their houses, and it's mostly just like, you know, older couples that like kids don't live with them anymore and they're looking to downsize. It's like 90% of the houses that are for sale, and they feel like they have to do something to, you know, update this shit from like the 70s. So they're like, oh, I wonder where we can get some flooring, and they're probably using the yellow pages. And then who shows up in the yellow pages? This place that we're buying these floors from. And then, like, they call each other via landlines. And, like, that's how they stay in business.
Crazy to think that landlines still exist. I get it for like stores and stuff, but like, people still have landlines at home. It's weird.
Well, technically, I have a landline here. Like, I have a phone number for this address, but I can't physically answer the phone because my dad drywalled in the phone jack. Didn't even consult us or anything like that. He's like, you don't need a landline, apparently. And then just like spackled it over.
Yeah, he was like, "No, I don't have a house phone anymore. They don't need this." Slap.
But the thing, they do. Like, they do. They still have like the wireless phones.
And then they complain that you can't
answer
you don't answer the phone when they call.
Mm-hmm. It is like you literally have one of those like cordless like port things with the base unit. You had like 5 that you could put around the house. Mm-hmm. They have one in like all of the rooms, and they're only ever in 3 rooms of the house. And so like there's no excuse for them not picking up the phone.
So the whole house rings when someone calls.
It does. Yep. And then my dogs bark. So like. But they don't like it when the dogs bark. So, figure that one out. So sometimes I just want to like, you go random places and you want to sign up for stuff. And they ask for a phone number. I just put my parents' landline. Join.
Best known for failure, known for giving up. Okay, that doesn't show up on the screen now. I like the overlay. It's kind of like transparent, so I can see who's in Discord in game. Before it was like obnoxiously in the way. I don't like that it does say that when you go into a game it's like send a message, ask if they want to play. That's a bit intrusive, Discord. Best known for failure.
Damn it.
Dang nabbit.
Oh, I should have replaced those two.
Graham, why aren't you in voice chat? How about you ask him your numbers in voice chat?
I'm watching TV.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
What'd you do?
There, saw I got a notification on the Pulse Point app. That was a commercial fire in Newcastle County, but they were calling for departments down here in Kent County. And it's up in Wilmington. And I was like, why are they calling for Little Creek, which is like outskirts Dover, to go up to Wilmington? I mean, that's kind of a hike for a fire department. And they do have like the hazmat unit for Little Creek. So I look at the map on where this is at, and it's Tesla Service Center. So I'm pretty sure somebody went and set Teslas on fire, and now they're battling freaking electric vehicles that they can't put out. I'm assuming. Let's go to Handy Dandy Facebook, see what it says. Nothing is being said about it from what I see. Nothing's being said so far. I don't know. I'm assuming. Pretty sure if I'm right, it's gonna be all over Facebook in the morning. Just no one chatting. That's what it seems.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know where all in, but oh yeah.
I figured out the mods.
Nice. Had nothing to do with that. Complicated.
I downloaded them in reverse order.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yo, did you see Wreckfest 2 is out?
Yeah, CW said it sucks. It says the first one's better.
Well, it's early access.
You know, I think it was last week we were playing CW. It got brought up. CW said it sucks.
Oh.
He said stick with the first one. I imagine if it's in early access.
Dude, the first one is no fun. I played it yesterday. The first one's no fun to play if you're just doing a regular online game. It's... As of a couple months ago, it would take a little bit of bouncing around, but I could find something that was actually legitimate. But, man, today, they're all filled with, like, they join up in, like, groups of 3 into these servers, and then they're all, like, school buses with huge plows on the front, and they all turn around at the same time and just go backwards through the course. It's like, what the hell?
Just ruin it for everybody else.
Yep. So, I think at that point, I mean, it's like I beat the campaign. So now there's like nothing I can do. So I think I'd take like something new that sucks a little more over what it is right now.
The 3 guys in school buses were developers. They're like, this is how we get. I'm tired of playing this game. All right, 1, 2, 3, flip it around. Hey, he's gonna play number 2.
You know? In this day and age, I can see that. I would also say whoever came up with that idea is a complete sociopath. That sucks. For the HVAC down here, the vent is like right above me. And I previously had it pointed away from me. Like I was getting ready to paint stuff and I hit that and I didn't remember to reset it, and now it's just pointing right at me. So I just have hot air right in my face.
Mine's behind me, but it's like the vent that's diagonal on each side, so it's just blasting cold air at me anytime that AC kicks on.
Oh, we don't have the AC on yet. We have the heat on. But we're getting really cold up here.
It keeps bouncing.
You're gonna be warmer down there.
It keeps bouncing back and forth, so we'll get like a week of like 60,
no,
70.
this weekend. This weekend you're gonna be getting up into like the 70s.
Yeah, high 70s. And then it'll bounce
we're
back
gonna
to being
be
like in the 50s next week.
Right, but we're gonna be in the 30s,
back.
which is very rare that we have such a huge separation in temperature. But like, we're going down to freezing temps this weekend. So the heat be kicking on. And I'm just laughing at my neighbors. Like, Mark spent like yesterday doing round 2 on his lawn. I'm just laughing at him. Like that dude next to me that already fertilized for the year. It's like, haha, it's gonna get below freezing again.
So if I do the headland
They're
rows,
sitting there judging me because I don't have
will
any
he
equipment
go
to do
back and
anything.
forth?
Well, my neighbor probably spent $1,000 on fertilizer. It's all gonna go to waste.
Man.
Yep. Plan.
I'll make my own fertilizer. Just go take a dump on from home.
Right, and just have like a garden rake right next to it. Just rake it into the ground. Just smear it in there.
You wrinkle your nose up now, Mark, but when you see how green my lawn's gonna be this summer, you're gonna be jelly and wish you were doing it yourself.
So, like, our next door neighbors, they have like raised garden beds, and by raised, it's just like looks like a sandbox, but it's a garden bed instead. And my wife wants to have like a vegetable garden too. So I was joking with her because we were talking about redoing the bathroom. I was like, no, you just go take a crap out in the little vegetable garden there.
There you go.
And she's like, the neighbors are gonna look. It's like, you can just brag that yours is gonna be more like natural than theirs.
Like that woman on TikTok where she makes all of her guests use the bathroom outside. I'm gonna need you to scoop it up and put it in the vegetable garden for me. Cut up your vegetables, cook a meal for like you have guests over. And she's like, why do these tomatoes taste kind of nutty?
You're just like, actually, it's pistachio. Alright, what do we need done in here?
Hell if I know. I've been working on peas all night. Oh, it looks like everything 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
Oh.
Yep. It's all except 8 is sorghum.
Soybeans.
8 and 10
No,
sorghum.
2. Right. Alright, I'll do 3, 4, 5, and 6. And all for the harvester.
Oh, Tony, move my trucks for me? Wait, where do you move my trucks to? Are they up here? Where do you move my trucks to? Oh, down here. I need to put this, see if they have it out yet for 25, the sell point notification.
Oh shit.
Whoops. So is my truck down there as well? Damn, I forgot today was Friday. How do you forget today's Friday? Don't your radio stations play that Rebecca Black song every day? Every Friday? It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. I feel like that's a must. It should be played all day, every Friday. It's Friday, Friday. Every day is Friday if you believe hard enough. Every day has a chance to be a Friday except Monday. Mondays can never be Fridays. Although they wish they could be. Ooh. These old farts are just trying to enjoy the high school football game and I just took them both out. It's been a long damn week. It has. I've done all this and watch, he's already got a truck. I thought I was gonna T-bone the school bus. It's a little looking truck right there. Oh, this is okay. This is my truck's at. Did I move out there? I don't remember. Where'd my other truck be? Got that truck down there. I had 3. Got that one there. That one there. Still here? No. We do got butter though. And more flour. That. So I'm missing my regular cab with unless it's still over here. There it is. Hello.
cat was going crazy. I thought someone broke in. I have to go check.
What was the cat doing that made you think someone broke in?
She was screaming.
You got a guard cat?
Yep. Yep. She starts meowing anytime someone comes to the door. But like not to be confused with if she's bored and starts meowing, or she's lonely and starts meowing, because it all sounds the same. But these were like excessively loud, distressed meows. So I ignore the regular ones, but when it gets to that point, gotta go check on her.
She's learning. She's like, if I do my normal meows, they won't come.
Oh, she's actually pretty
batshit
good
crazy.
about it. She's pretty good about it. Sometimes because of her condition, when we leave, the biggest thing is like leaving the front door open because we have the storm door, so she can see out the front of the house. But sometimes she'll like run up the stairs, scarf down food, take a big dump, and then go back down there, and then forget that I'm sitting on the couch right over there. And then she freaks out because she thinks that she's all alone. But as soon as I'm just like, hey, I'm right here, she's just like back to normal. It's a strange animal.
You don't say.
Yeah. It's funny because I had this like just the storm door today, so she could see out the front, and I had no idea that my mother-in-law was coming over, and I was just like chilling on the couch, working and stuff, and it's like there's no reason for anybody to knock on the door, but my cat started meowing. So I thought she was just like saw some birds or something like that, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, what's there?" And then like 5 seconds later, like the pounding on the storm door scared the shit out of me. And I was like,
I thought for sure you were gonna say you walked to the storm door and she was standing there and scared the shit out of you. Same man.
"No, I just." I mean, like Friday mid-morning, I'm not expecting any guests. But I was like, oh, my cat actually gave me like a 30-second heads up. Did you bring these semis over here for me?
Yes, sir.
What a guy. Shit. That time my wife's at some like Taylor Swift thing at the Museum of Science.
Good Lord, no.
They have like the, I think it's like the Taylor Swift experience or something like that.
Well, they have like her like armpit
I don't
sweat
know.
that you could smell or something.
I literally don't know anything about it. I know that it's a thing. Look, I don't really remember.
You
What
told
it's all
out
about.
what it was about.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so she was gonna go, like, they bought tickets, like, her and her friend bought tickets, like, a month in advance. And then, today, her friend woke up and was sick. So she's like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna go. My wife's like, well, I don't have anyone to go with. And I was like,
There's
oh my
you.
god, no. So I was like, oh, what about your other friend who's somewhat into Taylor Swift? She's like, oh, maybe I won't go. I was like, all right, well, if you really need somebody to go with, if you literally can't find anybody else, I will go. But she ended up going with her sister. But probably
Dodge the bullet.
because, man, like I don't care what it's for. Like living this far away from Boston now, like I don't want to go into Boston for anything at all to begin with. It's like that's strike one. And then plus, like, I don't really give a shit about any of that. So I'm sure she weighed out her options. And she's like, probably my sister. So I'd sit there and be like, this sucks.
That's what she meant. She's like, I don't think we're going to gauge your interest to see if she's dragging you along.
No, I mean, she had hinted at, she tried to gauge my interest. That's when I was just like, if you literally can't find anybody else, I'll go. So I was sitting there like 5:30 when she's normally done for the day. It's like staring at my phone. Fuck, what's it gonna be? This determines my night.
I'm thoroughly shocked you're hitting Farm Center, not chasing a national title yourself.
True. I don't know. She was also hinting at, like, I don't know, one of the conspiracy theories that was could be like something, some announcement was going to happen today. So jokingly, I was like, "Oh, wouldn't it be wild if like that announcement happened and she was there?"
Shut up! No, stop it.
Yeah. But in the back of my head, I was like, nothing's happening. Although we did have Ed Sheeran in town.
I saw my wife when we were talking about going up to Salem.
Yeah, that's my neck of the woods right there. I live the town over from there.
We were talking
I grew up
about
the town
it.
over from there.
We looked in the pricing, and literally, like a night up there, we could add just 3 nights where we were staying already. So we're just like, we'll just do this and just go up that way.
North Shore.
And then after we've already made the decision, I was sitting there. I was looking, watching wrestling, and they announced they're going to be in Boston the same weekend we would have been there. It's like, son of a bitch! I could have went to wrestling. What?
They're up here again?
No, April 16th, I think it said.
Oh yeah, all right.
They're gonna be in Boston. Now we gotta figure out how to make it happen in August. Sting is gonna be in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is like right outside Philadelphia. So it's about like an hour and a half from us. It's his last year making appearances in face paint. My wife's a huge Sting fan, so yeah, we gotta make that one happen.
I saw for like the first time in 10 years that I don't know how much you care, but Brand New actually played a concert together.
I couldn't name one of their songs. I've heard the name, but I couldn't name one of their songs.
Yeah, you could. Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
Alright, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know how much you would care about that.
I don't know
I'm
that
saying
song.
for our emo world, that's big news.
Is that all sunflowers are down? 78 ready at all? No, okay. I don't know. I don't know what changed, but for some reason the trains going through town these days are just laying on the horn. Like, good lord.
They don't want to hit anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
Like
they
overall,
do
people have been hit by trains so much recently.
they do the blast before they get to the intersection. But there's been they've been complaining about it in the Facebook group, like town Facebook groups. A couple of them, they just I mean, like the whole way through town, just
yeah.
It's like,
Dude,
right.
I get the same thing now. So up here, like we have a freight line track that comes through like the northern part of town. And like now we can hear it, but they only come through at night. So like last night I was just like in my bed at like 1:30, and I just hear like the train blasting its horn. It's off in the distance, so it's not like a nuisance. But you can hear it, and it just rips the horn constantly for like 20 minutes straight. And I know where the train line goes through in that part of town because there's a few restaurants and stuff, but it's also residential. And it's just like, how could you live near that train track and just have that going?
I don't understand it. Like, they're all the way through town.
Like
there's
2 o'clock in the morning.
There's just houses that line the railroad tracks, and like, how do you do? Like, I live fairly close to them, but I'm not like right on top of them. And it's still super loud, especially on like a very calm night. Oh my! It sounds like they're like right next to the apartments. I'm a good distance. Yeah, there's people that literally live like a 1-lane road away from the actual tracks, and just like,
my townhouse was like 1-lane road away from like a major interstate.
I heard it's on 8 tracks.
And then
I shouldn't say that.
Once you got like into the winter, and it was like a calm day in the winter, like I could have my headphones on and I could still hear like the traffic from the highway through my headphones. It's just so loud. It's like, why the hell would you want to live there?
From the time I was born till 2nd grade, the house we lived in was right across the street from the railroad tracks. But it was like it was the line going in between the town, my town, and the town east of us. So it wasn't traveled that much as the main line that goes through town. So like maybe once a day in the like late afternoon, you'd have a train come through. But there's no crossing, so they're not on their horn. You just have the train going by. Here in town, there is 6 crossings in the matter of like a mile and a half of track. So like they're on their horn constantly, and there's people there's people with their backyards butted up right against the railroad tracks. It's like, how do you do that?
That's the best part.
No, it's not the best part. When it's in the middle of the night and they come through laying on their horns, no, it's not.
Dog, I'm such a deep sleeper. Even a thunderstorm or a good thunderstorm in the area would not wake me up. I sleep like a rock, so it wouldn't bother me. I'd rather deal with the train than the highway noise. Especially coming off I think this highway's like a 3% grade. And the Jake brakes on the semis all day, all night. I'd tight.
Just get some soundproofing for your room. I'm pretty sure your parents would appreciate it. Never mind, you don't have doors. I think I need a drink. Jeez, y'all are very talkative.
Just think.
What?
I said just thinking. Thinking.
About your numbers?
No.
Bum 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 bum. I was woken up yesterday morning at 2:45 from accident number 1. What was accident number 1? Geez, they've been on this commercial fire since 8:26. Almost 2 hours. Curious, so what is the do 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 do. So let's do Delaware. Area find Newcastle County. There we go. All right. So it says 238B. Is that 23? Maybe that's 23. I don't know what that is. It says NE14. What's Cranston Heights? Okay, so that's engine 14. Rescue 14. Rescue engine 21. Mill Creek. Do they have a rescue engine? They don't have a rescue engine. So what are they? Squad 30? 30. That's one on there. And NTW 16. I don't know what. Does it have what their labels are? Mm-mm. Oh, view stations. Interesting. Doesn't break down what the
Man, my dinner was such a disappointment.
Did you name it Brandon?
No.
Smart.
I've been trying to find places because now that we're on the other side of town, there's like different various forms of House of Pizzas. Not the same ones.
You got two
but they're all the same.
restaurants called House of Pizza. Okay.
Well,
So what's your issue?
first of all,
The pizza from House Pizza on his side of town is not as good as the House Pizza on the other side of town.
yeah,
Okay.
because technically I live on like the border between like my town and the town next to us.
Well, how far is the
Closer,
good pizza?
because I'm like,
You live on a bad stretch of neighborhood or something?
Is the new
Not
pizza
much.
like
That's
20
French roast.
versus 40?
No. God, no, man, I'm not driving more than
I'm
like.
just asking.
I'm not driving more than like 10 minutes to get my food. Hell no.
Oh, Chris, I gotta drive 20 just to get to a restaurant of any type.
No, but like,
Because you live
Also
in
the difference
BFE, Pennsylvania, and I drive a horse and buggy.
No, not a horse and buggy around this area.
yeah, not anymore.
No, I mean, go like 40, 50 miles north than they do.
Anyways, so like the ones that are around my neck of the woods that are slightly closer, and by that I mean it's like 10 minutes to get to versus like 12.
So the better
They're
pizza
more-
is
they're
12
more like-
miles, 12 minutes away versus 10.
Yeah, but I also don't have to go into like the center of the town that I live in, which is always like chaotic.
Just to the center of the town, so if I don't have to.
Me to go get the better stuff.
Can't you just hit like a couple back alleys and get through
No,
the outskirts of town?
not from this place. There's no
No.
good way. You have to get through the center of
dumb.
town, which is like it's a 5-way intersection with traffic lights, and it is just like the most.
Ew.
And it's an intersection between two different single lane state highways, and it's at the hub of like two major highways. So people use it as cut throughs on their commutes to work. So it's not
That's disgusting.
capable of handling that kind of volume.
So they have
if
that
you
as
can-
a 5-way.
yeah,
God.
yeah. It like it makes no sense, and like back in the day, because I mean it's an old town. So
Back
like
in my
in the
day.
before cars, it probably was like all good. But like now,
Damn.
So if I can
Crazy.
avoid that and drive an extra like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I will. However, and it's on just like these pizza places are just on like a back road, which is hilarious. But that's how the town next to us is. They don't have a center of town. They just have random plazas.
That's weird too.
Yeah, where it's just like woods. And then all of a sudden there's a little strip mall. And then just back to woods.
Because
But that town, for whatever reason, if it's not a chain restaurant or like a big restaurant, cash only. They all have ATMs in their shops, but everything is cash only. Barbershops, restaurants,
Really?
like little chain, yeah. House of Pizzas, some of the convenience stores.
You see, I never went
Some
in
breakfast
town to any of the
places.
restaurants.
And I'm just like, why? So the place I went tonight, I knew ahead of time that it was cash only. But I was reading the reviews, and someone's just like, gave it a 1 star, because they're like, I can't believe it's 2024 and you only take cash.
That's a bit weird. But then again, you see how these like credit card companies are screwing over small businesses, and it's believable.
Yeah, but also,
I mean, it
like,
makes sense.
yeah, but the flexibility on fraud with cash-only businesses is huge, so...
Well, I mean, it is Massachusetts. You saw the
And they
police,
write
how,
up
how
they
corrupt
write up
the
their
police
Oh,
department
shit.
is up there.
Right. But they write up their receipts on, like, little order tickets, and that's it. And
Oh,
so
they don't
if
have,
they
like,
ever
a
get
register?
audited... They've, like, a cash register that doesn't... It's not, like, digital or anything.
Yeah, but to put out like a little receipt, even like the old school registers.
I don't know. I don't get a receipt with
check
my...
receipt.
I ordered from there. I didn't get a receipt. So, like, they're, like, old school, and it's, like... Well,
Closing at 3 p.m.
ladies
so
and
they can be
gentlemen.
home by 5.
right. Like, well, ladies and gentlemen, when you get audited, you're probably going to go to jail.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cash businesses are really tough to do these days.
Actually, I was just reading online
You have to be extra careful, because when you're working with like electronic transactions, everything's accurate, and they have all of the data behind it to prove it. But with cash transactions, it's very easy to launder money through that.
It is a mob town, is what you're trying to say.
No, I think the people here are just genuinely just old as shit. And so, like, this is their way of doing business. Like,
As far as I know, there's no restaurants around me that's cash only.
it's same literally everywhere else I've lived. Even when I was living in the other part of town, I've never heard of that. So it's not common.
I know that one state park is going to do cashless. Can't remember which state it is in, but I know
A
one
ton
of
of
the state
places
parks
are going cashless.
What do you mean?
You haven't been able to get like
States?
money, like
No, states. He's talking about states.
he's a state park.
Oh, state parks? Like the DCR or whatever?
I'm guessing
I'm
for
trying to
like
find the name of it.
yeah, entrance
just like
fees
membership.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's what we
the
have
fees
around
to use the
here.
park, yes.
Yeah, so what we have around here is like you pay for the year and then you get a sticker that you put on your car.
That's what we've been
And
doing the
then
past couple of years.
For everything
Got a
else, you get like
2025
a,
one.
you get like a business card that has your account number on it, and then like an RFID or a QR code scanner that they scan to verify everything, and then you can just park for free everywhere.
Here they have, so you can get the pass.
And then if you
And
don't
then
have
they-
the sticker on your windshield, you automatically get a ticket, and then that solves that problem.
Well, here you have you can get the yearly sticker. And so we just got our new one. We did it last year. Before that, you could either pay with cash at the little guard shack they have in.
Right.
Literally, like no one ever there anytime you go in, or you can
Yeah.
pull around to the side and they have little machines where you get. It's like almost
Yeah,
like a
it's
parking
like a solar
garage.
powered thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you put
It's
in your
powered thing,
card
put in
and
your
they'll
card.
print out the
Yep,
little
yep,
receipt.
Yep. Yeah, we had the same thing. And all I had to do was just like put in my like member code number into it. And then put the receipt in the windshield.
Yep.
And I was like thinking about it because one of my when I was working for the DPW, one of my favorite cops retired from the force and became the like one of the guys at the beach. But the beach was part of the conservation land, like the DCR.
Yep.
So he was like a DCR guy. And I was like, man, like that'd be a pretty cool gig.
Oh, here that's called the DNR, Department of Natural Resources.
Oh, I think ours is Department of Conservation Resources, maybe.
Well, here it's the wide. So DNR covers. So you have like DENREC, you have the state parks, you have the like game
Yeah, it's
wardens,
DCR.
all under
Yeah.
one umbrella. DENREC is like
game
your
warden stuff is
hazmat crews.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Separate. We have a separate department for fish and game. But DCR handles all of like the maintenance and everything in all of the state parks and stuff. And then we have our separate fish and game.
Weird.
I mean, Massachusetts is like one of the weirdest states for random
Oh,
shit.
I know. From all the stories I've been told.
Well, you've been told a lot of stories about Massachusetts.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird people up there. No offense to Cap, but
You mean like the people who are like, fuck high taxes, take your tea back, we're throwing it in the harbor.
Yeah, there's a lot of bitches up here too. It's a weird bunch. Like, it's amazingly diverse. I know for like the past 10 years it's been, or maybe even 20, it's been like Democratic. Like at one point it was very much Republican state, and so you still have a large amount of the population. The old
Pretty sure
people.
everything around Boston
That are-
is the only thing that's Democrat. The rest of the state is
Yeah, pretty
Republican.
much.
That's how it goes
It's not where it was,
everywhere.
like,
I don't say,
We
isn't
have-
it every state
we
in
have-
this?
yeah, we have town voting this coming Tuesday, and we were going for a walk the other day, and at the park, like there was a little thing posted in the ground. It was just like voting on Tuesday, and well, I was like, "You gonna vote?" And I was just like, "F yeah, I'm gonna vote." It's just like, do you even know what the voting is? I was like, no, but now I'm a taxpayer in this town.
I'm
So-
voting on everything.
I'm literally just gonna read what it says, and I'm just gonna vote with my gut. But like, I sure as hell am gonna vote because I need to be able to justifiably complain about local taxes and what they're going towards. I want to be one of the angry Facebook people
Jesus.
that's just like, why isn't there a crosswalk at this and this intersection? What are my tax-paying dollars going towards?
Did you just move here like last month? That's not the point.
I rented, sir, for 4 long years in this hellhole of a town. Had I known this is what they were spending their taxpayer dollars on, I wouldn't have bought.
I wouldn't have wasted my money.
The saddest thing is that we actually, in the Facebook town groups, which I have to be a part of, Like, there are actually people like that.
Trust me, I know.
And, like, I can't make a name for myself by just calling them out.
It's ridiculous every time, because here, so if, like, they need to medevac someone, 99% of the time it's going to be Delaware State Police helicopters that do the medevac. Very rarely will you get Christiana Life flight flying down this way. So, like, every time there's a helicopter flying over, saying landing at the fire station to transport someone, the group is just full of, oh my god, why is there a helicopter flying over? They came in really low and then they took off like 5 minutes later. Like, what's going on? Are they looking for someone? And literally every single time, it's just like, we have an app called Pulse Point where you can see all the medical emergencies going on, and that the helicopter's attached to one, and 90% of the time it's the brother of the fire chief, who was the former fire chief, who's like, yeah, we had a medical emergency. You people should know by now, it's not uncommon for a helicopter to fly in downtown where the fire station's at to transport somebody.
Wait, what's your helicopter?
Right, but you can also relate that,
Hold on,
like, we live 10 miles away from an Air Force base. Right? Like, we're in the flight pattern only for the Air Force base, not for, like, commercial. And we get, like, Black Hawk helicopters that fly over from time to time, and people are just like, what's going on? And it's like, we live 10 miles from an Air Force base. Like, what the hell do you think's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, guess what? They're not dropping bombs on your house. So, like,
Yet.
what the F do you care? Right, now.
As long as there's not a plane landing, I think you're safe.
Yeah, but it's like, we don't have a building over, like, 3 stories in this town. Like, what do you think is going to happen with the helicopter flying overhead?
So they don't actually use their own medevac helicopters, Phoenix, then? Is that what you're saying?
We don't wait. So
Depending on the severity.
the only like medevac like dedicated medevac service is Christiana Life Flight, which is the northern part of Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we have Delaware State Trooper helicopters. We have 2 of them. I think one station in Newcastle, the other one station I think is in Dover, and they have medics on board, so they'll run the same way over in Maryland. Maryland State Police does medevacs as well. So
interesting. I really don't know how.
Yeah, we don't have that.
we
here.
don't really have a big hospital system that provides that sort of thing, and until recently, like, we didn't have like
Wait, what do you mean by not hospitals?
Well, you either have the hospitals. Well, you either have the hospitals that can afford to have their own private helicopter to be able to,
which is Christiana,
air rescue people, or you have to rely on, like, a third party. No different than, like, some towns around here, like, contract out ambulance services.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Until recently, that was unheard of.
You can
Dover.
So you can also contract out, like, life flight services.
Dover a few years ago switched to
Life flight.
No.
Okay.
For ambulance service, like actual medical service. Can't remember. Saint something. Saint Joseph.
Oh, they're all regional down there.
And then that was I think it was out of Philadelphia. Now they wanted like 4 times the amount of their contract when it was up, so they switched to ambulance or something like that. AMBLUNZ, and so that's up in Dover now. Lewis, which is I don't know if you know where Lewis. It's like outside Rehoboth. They're considering canceling their ambulance service, so they have to get like a commercial or a county ambulance service in there for that. And then the town east of us, or 2 towns east of us, Milford, they're considering doing the same. So it's unheard of to have the third party. So the only really medevac helicopter we have is
Oh.
Christiana, and that's because they can afford it.
For the
Bail.
hospital
Cheap as
side of
shit.
things, like we had two companies and they had a stranglehold on the area, so they were jacking up their prices. And our town, when I was working for the DPW, was in like a really tight budget area, so they just bought an ambulance from auction and incorporated it into the fire department, and then just like trained up 2 people to
That's
be able
how
to use
all
it.
of ours is all like my town runs 4 ambulances. That my town's fire company runs 4 ambulances, and that's how it's.
So they did that as a
been.
test. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do now because I haven't been in contact with them for like 10 years. But I know that when the time I was there, it was way cheaper for them to keep it in house than to like contract it out, especially in a small like rural town where you're not getting like shitloads of calls that require an ambulance. It might require like rescue for most of them.
This is just.
And it's
so
purely
weird.
volunteer. There's no full times. So
See, none of our fire departments have a medic. It's all third party. Unless you go to the big city, they might. I can't remember if they do or not. But it's all third party here.
really,
And as far as I'm aware, I haven't been to my Indiana County hospital. Hopefully never. As far as I know, it's all medevac helicopters.
what
No.
hospital?
Indiana County. I can't remember.
Indiana. That's not a thing,
Yeah, I live in Indiana County.
right? But it's not Indiana County Hospital.
Well, I don't know what the big hospital is up there. I've never been to it.
You've never been to a hospital ever.
Yes, I've been to hospitals before, but never north. But as far as I know, all the other hospitals I've been to, it's all medevac. They don't have their own. They don't have their own helicopter.
Right? They contract theirs. Yeah, but I mean, your area's rapidly getting taken over by like UPMC and Allegheny.
Oh, I know.
And they for sure have their own helicopters. Like,
Well, yeah, for UPMC, but I'm just saying.
Allegheny
for
definitely
most
does too.
I'm just saying for my area, it's all medevac. If you need to go somewhere, you call medevac.
Interesting.
Like there's 3, when you're looking there, there's 3 medevacs around within it, and then highway.
And what's the closest network to you?
Say again?
What's the closest network to you?
Network? You mean for
Like
hospital?
hospital. Yeah.
I missed that whole conversation because I looked over and my wife was just passed out, her laptop in
miss
her
much.
lap on the couch.
What are you looking for in a hospital?
That's how I feel right now.
Oh, okay.
No doubt.
I wish I. No, we're having 2 separate conversations. I'm balancing both here.
What are you
do you-
looking for in a hospital, I guess?
What am I looking for? I'm not looking for anything in a hospital. I just want to know what the
I mean, it
hospital
depends on what
network
you need.
is.
Well, as close as possible.
Like a
you
hospital, not like an outpatient center or like a day surgery place. Like a hospital that has like an emergency room.
Because the closest one is 12 miles away.
My closest one's like 20 minutes away with good traffic.
Yeah, we don't really have one around here. I think it's about a half an hour.
Matter of fact, it's so bad, the traffic getting there, that the ambulances will actually go up and around behind the Walmart and cut across to Route 1 and go down instead of going through Milford these days. It's quicker for them to go completely up and around and down than to just go straight across.
So minute-wise, 20 minutes to the closest hospital. If
Yep.
they have what you need. If not, well, you just add another 20 minutes just to get to the next one.
I mean, I correct myself. Like I could we could get to one in 10 minutes, but I think I'd rather like pass away on scene than go to that hospital.
Oh yeah, we don't have one here within.
If they gave me a choice and they're like, "Are you sure that's like an additional 20 minutes and like your injuries are pretty severe?" I'd be like, "Yeah, bring me to that other one."
Maybe put it this way. So my dad, when he had that brain bleed, the doctor was just like, I'm going to call ahead to the hospital. When you get there, there should be someone waiting for you. So he shows up to the hospital, and they're like, he tells them his name, and they're like, "Oh, you're here!" And they just like wheeled out a wheelchair through a minute, and like that was the last time he had seen my stepmom before they just airlifted him. They took him right up to the helipad, loaded him up, and it was a 20-minute flight from my nearest hospital to Christiana, because my hospital near me, they couldn't do anything for him. The nearest hospital was Christiana, so it was a 20-minute flight.
Yeah, Christiana Hospital's level 2
but if
trauma center.
Yeah, if you want like an actual trauma center, they're gonna fly you to Baltimore.
I was gonna say, I think Christiana's level 2.
Because when they had those dudes that got electrocuted on the roof, they flew them out to Baltimore.
Well, I mean, yeah, they have all kinds of shit out there.
Let's say if you have actual any major surgeries, you go down to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, UPMC, man. I'm kind of jealous of that hospital network.
Oh yeah, I walk 5 minutes down the road. Oh, there's one there. Walk the other way 5 minutes. Oh, there's another. Like, they're getting just as bad Dollar General here, or just as outpatient centers.
Well, the problem is, like, in your area where it's super rural, like these standalone hospitals just can't support it, so they have to sell out to the big guys.
Yeah, because
it's unfortunate.
For my hospital, the closest one to me, they used to be able to do. Oh bloody hell! I can't remember the surgery. It's supposed to be a certain type of surgery they used to be able to do, and then pregnancies, giving birth, they used to do that at that hospital. But now, anything specialized, you have to go down to Greensburg or Pittsburgh. Like,
I have no idea what the hell kind of procedure that would be, but
I can't remember. I don't think it was a open heart surgery. I don't think it was
butthole reconstruction surgery.
No, it's a severe surgery. Pretty much all they do now is ER. If it's too severe, they just take it to the next hospital. Basically, it's a shitty hospital now.
I don't know. Shit's pretty disgusting around here for healthcare. The whole Stewart bankers will be really through things for a loop. Because you had a hospital that served like half the city that all of a sudden just went bankrupt. There's nothing that anybody could do about it.
I know you're close to Maryland, Phoenix. You ever heard of SAT?
Maryland.
Medevac?
Heard of
I don't know if you guys... SAT, S-A-T-A, Medevac.
SATA?
Nope.
SATA. So that's our one here. We're up in New York with some of these.
You're probably like north. They're talking northern Maryland there.
Baltimore.
Nope, never heard of it.
Yeah, they got 18 different locations for medevacs throughout the technically quad state area.
Yeah. Yeet. Listen to your heart.
You guys will be around tomorrow?
I'll be here.
I genuinely don't know.
Someone might be on the Xbox playing.
No,
Or
I
the, Xbox
I just
play.
don't know what my life has in store for me over the next 72 hours.
Is that a concern, or are you glad?
No. No, it's definitely a
just no.
concern. I'm about to step into a world that is unlike anything I've ever experienced. And I'm just kind of having to say goodbye to all my free time.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
Thank you, Phoenix.
You're welcome.
That's very nice.
Once you figure it out, you'll be gone.
That's what everyone says, but I even had like my old manager. Like he texted me, and he's just like, "You got this. Once you figure it out, you'll be fine." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know about that," because like, I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing. I don't.
Why did you write yourself out of the budget again?
No.
There you go. Once you find out what you're
No.
going to be doing, then you'll figure it out. You'll have your time back.
Maybe. Let's put it this way: I kind of know what I'm gonna be doing, and like, I certainly don't want to be doing it.
So wait, why did you apply for the job?
Because my department is collapsing. Like it's gone in the next 2 months.
Because it's just not needed no more, or you're cutting back?
Brandon, in order for me to properly explain that to you, I would need an hour of your time, and I can't do that.
Well, give me the 5-minute version.
You wouldn't understand it anyway. He was rambling last night about something.
Yeah.
He lost me in like the first 2 words.
No, that Phoenix. That in my defense. I was telling you about the new meeting that I had for my new job, and I was just as lost as you were.
Are you still at the same company, or did you switch companies?
Yeah. Same company.
Is it technically better than your old one? Your old job versus your new?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. What's 83? What's the light? Oh, green beans. Pass. 46? Oh, 46 is sunflowers.
I found this little tidbit on Reddit. I know this is probably old news by now.
Porn?
No, not this time. Apparently the Snow White movie is the worst rated movie yet.
One of the worst rated movies. It has one of the lowest scores and has been an absolute bomb. And you think Disney would learn from this woke bullshit, but they haven't, so let them keep bombing.
Maybe they'll file for bankruptcy one of these days and
Oh,
another company.
No. Disney will forever stay afloat just from these absolute moronic people my age that, like, their life's goal is to attend Disney as many times as possible. It is rather sad when you see someone my age with kids who would love to go to Disney, but they make the Disney trip all about themselves, and it's just like, it's not for you, it's for your kids. Like, grow up. But Disney will forever stay afloat. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Not to mention they own what? They now own Fox. They now own ABC. They have like 50% ownership in Hulu. Like, their movies are not their money makers at this point. That's probably why we keep getting the bullshit we get from them.
I mean, sooner or later they have to fall. I guess it'd be later than sooner, I guess, but still.
Disney is going to be one of those, like, at the end of the world, Disney will still be around.
You really think that far?
Yep. Disney is one of the ones, and that's because they diversified so much. They have bought into literally everything. So Disney, the brand itself, will say, like, it's kind of like Comcast, where they have they have bought into so much different things where they're buying out their competitors, so they will stay afloat. Now the movie studios involved with Disney, they would probably they'll tank, but Disney itself will just find another studio to do their movies. But these idiots don't understand that they're ruining shit for the sake of just being woke, and it's so stupid. Like the whole Harry Potter reboot they're doing. They just announced that they're having a black actor play Snape. The only character throughout the entirety of the books whose look was just like constantly commented on. Why? Like there's even a case to make Hermione black, because like they really only say that she's got brown hair, brown eyes, bushy brown hair. Like there's an argument for that. But Snape, who has throughout the entirety of the series talked about how pale his skin was, and all that, they they hire a black actor for that because he is the
You
real
gotta have one
hero
every
of
movie now.
of the story. So it's just like, stop. My main problem with it is stop taking established white characters who are heroes and just race changing them. Stop doing that. Create own black characters. So all you do is confuse these kids. Like, why is Snape black?
Wasn't that
when the books is white?
movie? Wasn't she black in the movie or something like that?
Who?
That was one of the more recent Mermaid.
Oh yeah, Little
movies.
Mermaid.
Yeah. I know that blew up already like wildfire.
And it tanked because
Yeah, because why would you? No. Like you said, make a new cartoon that has a color personality, then make a movie. You don't.
yeah, you make new characters. Like, stop. Like, it just in my personal opinion, it's more racist for them to just race swap a character, because it's like you're not even important enough to them for them to make a whole new character that embodies you. They're just taking a character and swapping the race, and it's like, well, see, we have a black hero now. It's like, no. You have a white hero that you are too lazy to come up with something brand new for these kids to look up to. So you just swap the race. That's to me more racist than not including a black character. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous at this point.
I mean, sooner or later they'll be running out of old movies to make new movies from. So.
No, the problem is they're too. From what I've read, is they don't want to create anything that doesn't have a established IP. So like, they want. That's why you're seeing like a lot of video game movies being made. You're seeing a lot of like older movies getting sequels because they want an established IP, because they're too afraid to take a risk on something new because they don't think it will sell.
On all these new movies now. I mean, they're taking big hits with these movies now.
Yeah, I mean, like some of the biggest hits from like my childhood was like these offshoot comedies that they like. Look at Superbad. Look at what was it, Wedding Crashers, stuff like that. This shit blew up to the point where they're like cult classics now, and they don't want to take a risk on any of those anymore because it doesn't sell. Or in their mind, it doesn't sell. They can't. A new cartoon about, I don't know, some, I don't know what.
Yeah,
like, I'm not a creator, but that's not gonna stand to Mario, who's an established character that you can market the hell out of with toys, and kids easily identify with. So that's their way of thinking. But if you create, like, look at Toy Story. Like, when that first came out, it blew up. They had all, and still to this day, you can go into the store and find Toy Story toys. Like, why are we not making the next Toy Story? Why are we on, like, what, Toy Story 6 these days?
Okay, so here's a question, hypothetically. What about Mickey Mouse?
About Mickey
So they
Mouse?
just make the ears white and face black and make a new movie? Or they haven't done that yet?
Well, Mickey Mouse's mouse is already black, so I don't know
His
where
white
you're
face.
coming off with that.
Well, okay, if his
you'd have to, it had to be like a human for it to make sense. Like they can't take like it's not the same as they take, I don't know, Air Bud and make it a black lab. It's not the same scenario. Now if they took like Mario and made Mario a black guy in the story, then it would probably piss a lot of people off.
Mario's not Disney. It's
no, it's
I don't know who owns what anymore. So
I think Universal. Well, Nintendo has the rights to Mario, but I think it's Universal that has the deal with them. Universal or Warner Brothers, one of the two.
Okay then. Have they started doing this kind?
Well,
I only have been seeing the Disney movies been doing this.
Oh, Disney's notorious, but everybody's doing it. But Disney is like shoving it down our throats, and that's what's pissing a lot of people off. Like, I don't mind if they do it, like subtle characters, or even like I said, there's an argument to be made that Hermione could have been black in the books. We all know she wasn't, but there's an argument because they never really described the color of her skin, whereas Snape, his skin is constantly described throughout the entirety of the series. And it's just like, that's the guy you pick? That's the guy. Okay. But, and that's why Mario was as successful as it was, because they stuck to the source material. Like, two Italian plumbers. Like, that's what everybody wants to see. And that's why Mario blew up, because all these people in the world of Disney, where they're constantly just like the woke BS, you didn't have any of that in Mario. It was just straight up Mario, and that's why it was more popular than most. That and the Mario franchise.
I assume you've seen the Mario movie then, or no?
Oh, I watched it. I didn't see it in theater. I went when it came out it was Peacock.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's not my favorite animated movie of all time, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. I haven't had a chance to, or I don't know if I really wanted to or not to see how good or bad it was, but
I would say if you have like no interest in Mario at all, like it's probably not something you'd enjoy.
I mean, if I've played Mario games before on the Wii and stuff before, but
even a standalone, like it like there's some funny moments in it, like even for adults, like it was like I found myself going like, okay, like I enjoy stuff like that, like when it has little like nods to like especially my childhood, but it's designed for kids these days, but they still have like little nods to the 90s and stuff like that. I think it's cool. Overall, well done, in my opinion. He is straight up in a tree. Jesus.
I don't think he's here right now.
No, but he's got the pedal to the metal in a tree. I wonder if I can pick him up and flip him around. No, I think his wife got home. Either that or his cat's freaking out again.
Sorry, hang on.
I screwed up. I thought I could fix it. I couldn't. So I put you back in the tree. I thought I could line them up and just have them go back and forth across the fields, and that quickly realized that it was not the case.
I like to watch that Chernobyl short TV series that they made.
From HBO.
Yes.
Amazing. Highly recommend it. I love that.
I'm waiting for a share Plex movies with him, waiting for him to get it. I've seen a couple of shorts on YouTube about it. It's like, I know they make movies of this, but this seems to be the nicest one.
Oh, it's
to actually watch.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Which show?
Chernobyl from
Chernobyl.
HBO.
Which one? Sorry.
Chernobyl, the miniseries they did.
Oh.
I really liked it.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
I just have weird taste in movies.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, we know that. We 100% know that.
I like my sci-fi movies, but I don't know, I just got weird taste in shit.
I don't know. My parents were asking me about something on Netflix. Like, oh, have you seen this yet? It's with come on. I think it's called like 0 Day.
Never heard of it.
With not Mel Gibson. God damn it.
George Mutton? Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
De Niro.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Oh, the political show. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's on my list.
My parents would text me about that. They're like, "Oh, have you seen it?" And I had seen a documentary that was called 0 Days, and it was about like a cybersecurity attack and stuff. And so that's what I thought they were talking about. So I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys were into like documentaries all of a sudden," because like I have a huge effing list of documentaries that you should watch.
Oh, give me a
Like,
documentary.
oh, no. It's a show with Robert De Niro and stuff. And then I was reading the plot for that. I was like, oh, shit. It's the same thing as the documentary. It's just a like drama version of that. Because it had to do with like the Iran war.
Now, see, I'm the type of person that if I find a show / movie that I really enjoy about something that's based off true events, I'm like, is there a documentary for this?
Yeah, I'd much prefer the documentary. And then, like, depending on how compelling the documentary is, then I'll consider watching the series about it. Like, documentary first, always.
I know it's probably just me, but I find it more interesting Canadian and Great Britain crime shows more than the U.S. versions. Just saying.
I hate them. As soon as because they on like HBO and stuff, they have a bunch of murder mystery shows, and
I don't watch it.
They just like describe them, but then when they start playing, if it's not a British accent, like their shit's so backwards the way that they do things, where I'm just like, nah, I can't even go through like due process with you guys, because like they don't have the same level of crime, and therefore they don't have the same level of like crime scene stuff. Like they don't get like the same kind of like horrifically violent homicides that we have the capability of over here.
Yeah, we're American.
So
What blood and gore? Keep your
level of detective work is just like not close to on par as it is here. So as soon as I find out there's like one of the British ones, I'm like, yeah, next, I'm good. Because they're gonna be like, all right, and I talked to my constable, and my constable was like, right, what you just like, you know, work the beat, walk around.
Have you seen the line of
just
duty?
like get some people's names. I don't know what that is.
It's a British police show, TV series.
Yeah, again, pass.
Really? Okay.
I have no respect for European law enforcement. Like 75% of them don't even carry weapons. Like, oh, you're gonna billy club me?
Besides FBI and NCIS Sydney, I watch mostly Canadian police shows. I don't know why. I just
It's fucking
find them
weird,
more
bud.
interesting.
Canadians are the worst because they're so trustworthy of each other. Like, those are the worst crime shows.
Trust me, I
watched
didn't do it. Okay, I believe you.
They had one. I watched one that was like a serial killer that was like burying the people in his backyard, like under plants or trees or something like that. And like, dude was questioned multiple times, and he's just like, "Oh no, why would I do something like that? Like, I have this profession." And they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess there, bud. Like, he seems reputable. You know, why would a college professor go do something like that, eh?" You just let him go for another 5 years.
Even though technically 2 of these shows are not big as the one I know for sure, but I just like Canadian TV shows. But I mean, the first big obsession was Psych. I don't know why, I just love that show.
Rescue 401.
No.
Highway Through Hell.
Crime
Sorry.
and mysteries, I mean.
I just mean in general, you have a natural draw to the Canadians. Because I watched that show and it drives me nuts.
What, 401?
Both of those ones.
I quit watching them, so.
Dude, you used to like not join in because you were watching that show.
Yeah. But now whenever NCS Sydney's on, I don't join.
And it's like they sit around talking about like, oh yeah, sure, hey, aren't we in a problem now, huh? We're in quite the pickle there, bud. We're like, oh yeah, sure, I don't know how to do it, but we should probably shut down the highway for 6 hours there, bud. And it's just move the damn thing.
No, we can't just move there, bud. We gotta do this safely, eh?
Right, like it's called insurance, and like everybody has it. So even if they sit there like, oh, we don't want to waste the load, and it's like, yeah, that's what insurance is for. And why they have like documents telling the exact value of the whatever you're carrying. It's like ditch it, scoop it up in a front loader, like clear the effing highway instead of just sitting there talking about it.
They're like, well, no, it's a truck full of electronics that turned over. Oh, this is completely totaled. We'll just tow it back to the yard, eh? Everybody gets a brand new TV.
Sounds like Canton PD. Yeah, Karen Reed ran him off the road there, bud.
I played a CSGO match against someone with the name Karen Reed's Leaky Blue Nut.
Oh my god.
And I got killed by him. And I was like, I need to screenshot this. And I did. I was like, Peaches would find this hilarious. I got killed by Karen Reed's leaky balloon knot.
Right? Or just like someone that's just named No Nudes.
It's they had the picture of her like where she's got like the shocked look on her face, like the shocked and pissed off look on her face. I don't know how else to describe it.
Oh, that's called How She Wakes Up in the Morning.
Yeah. It's
Like legit. I don't know if you watched the HBO one, but
no, I haven't.
oh man.
No nudes.
Like, they did not do themselves any favor for that. They honestly thought that they were going to get acquitted from the first trial, and that's why they made a whole documentary about it and let them into, like, super inside information. Because they genuinely thought they were going to get an acquittal. And now that documentary gets published, like, literally a month before the trial. And so now so I'm watching all of like the pre-trial motions and stuff right now leading up to it. It's like anytime they're in court, I'm live streaming it. Like watching it. All the motions and everything.
Is this the same?
So now they want
like 2 years ago? Up in
last year.
Maine?
No,
Was
not in
last-
Maine, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, Maine. Yeah.
And so now they're trying to include. So now they're trying. The Commonwealth is trying to get all of the, like, footage that wasn't used in the documentary and text messages from Karen Reed to her attorney and to Turtle Boy, because she admitted talking to both of them in the documentary. So the Commonwealth was arguing that, like, one. Like, she waives her right to attorney-client privilege by exposing that information. And two, because Turtle Boy is currently under investigation or on trial for witness intimidation, that they think that Karen Reed and Turtle Boy were talking and colluding the entire time.
What's the backstory of this whole bloody thing again? Something about happening.
Karen Reed's accused of backing over her Boston police officer and boyfriend
Okay.
During a blizzard, but it was at the house of a Canton police officer, and they have a history of covering up crimes that they've committed in their family. So she's claiming that she was set up by this family, and she's being framed for murder. And the Commonwealth is claiming that she ran over her boyfriend. And one of the charges is second-degree murder.
What did he have to
Which
die
makes no
from the
sense.
vehicle or die in the hospital after?
He died in the hospital after.
I'll say it would be vehicle manslaughter too, but I guess not.
So that's one of the downgraded charges. So in Massachusetts, you can get charged for like various degrees of homicide. So at the same, you can get tried for like second-degree murder at the same time that you get charged with like vehicular manslaughter. So both charges apply. Which completely sucks.
Do you know if
because
there's any other
like,
person
in any other state, like they don't really have that option of like they can charge you with the highest possible thing that they can get anything to stick to, and then all of the subsequent charges below that are on the table. So they're like, oh, if you don't find her guilty of second-degree murder, you can also find her guilty of vehicular manslaughter or like leaving the scene of the crime for hit and run while intoxicated. And so she has like 3 separate charges against her.
It's not this big of a story because what happened.
It's a huge
What
story
happened
because
too.
I live in this area and I grew up. So this is like South Shore, and I grew up in the North Shore, but it's the exact same type of corruption up there. Like, you get
Another reason not to visit.
you get like
that area.
a small town, and then you get like a prominent family in there, and they kind of like, it's no different than what's going on. And I'm not taking sides for anything, but what's going on with the government right now? Like, you have one person that kind of takes over everything, and then they put their buddies in all of the positions of power, and then they can get away with whatever they want.
Yes.
That's what happens in
Yeah.
small towns because there's no oversight. So long as you have people high enough up in the ranks. So this
like
kind of
the
stuff,
Yellowstone Ranch, kind of.
this stuff happens frequently,
So they
and
just
why it's
made
such why it's such a big deal is because around here, going back to like Whitey Bulger in like the 70s and 80s, like the rest of the world looking in on this trial does not understand how real this situation is, like a potential of being like framed for murder is around here. Because on like the Reddit forums and stuff, and there are people in there being like, okay, well, if you honestly believe this is a conspiracy theory, then like you're on drugs. It's like, well, no, I came from this. Luckily, I was on the right side of it because I worked for the DPW, so I knew all the cops. But like the people that would cause a stink during like town meetings and stuff, they would like start getting pulled over for random shit. And like we had our town, the DPW where I work, that town, the police chief and the lieutenant got fired because they were cooking the books. They were paying everybody a lot more than what they were reporting for the budget. And they were pulling it out of like overtime pay, which is like super illegal. And it went on for like 10 years until somebody new came into the town hall working in finance and like called him out on it. But it went on for so long. It's like this is very, very real. And even like the whole Whitey Bulger stuff, like that's spread out into the suburbs, and it exists to this day. Like my mom's side of the family was actively involved in that stuff. My mom, like one of the reasons she doesn't talk to her family anymore is because like they were heavily involved in that. So like, you know, she'd be like playing out in her front yard, and there'd be like a box truck that pulls up and drop off like a brand new stove, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it fell off the back of the truck."
Interesting.
I'll be like, no, you take that shit back. I want one that didn't fall off the back of the truck.
Right. Yeah, the level of
Steve
corruption
Agnew.
around here, I'm saying, like, still to this day exists. So, like, the reason why people are so, like, up in arms about this, like, regardless of what actually happened, no one's ever going to know what
Same,
happened,
man,
which
same.
is sad. They're never going to find out what happened. I don't know. The thing I'm most pissed about is the fact that, like, I got to watch every day of I didn't watch like the pre-trial stuff the first time around. I only got to watch the trial itself every day. this time around, I got to watch the pre-trial motions and stuff, so I'm up to speed on everything that's happened between the first trial and the second trial. But I'm not going to watch any of the second trial.
Can we sidebar real quick? I just thought I saw
Nice
something
legal
you
term,
asked.
Brandon.
I got a question for you, Kitty Cat, because you just did this.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you did.
Objection. Hearsay.
Yeah, hearsay. Nice.
And of course, PA and Mass is different states, obviously, so there's different laws, theoretically. But it should be the same concept. Anyway. Is
One
there
more
a
thing.
way to find out who purchased an X property?
What does X mean?
Commercial. Was told it's a commercial property before the sale, before it went for sale through a realtor.
Any purchase of property is public record.
Public. Okay. What's the best way to find it? Question mark. Do I have to go through the courthouse's information?
I mean, you can go to the town clerk. But I would also say like Zillow.
because it was through Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah, Berkshire Hathaway. But
Yeah.
so all like transactions, so long as they're listed online via MLS, it's public information. So you should be able to find out even on Zillow if you looked up the property. You'd be able to find within 30 days or whenever 30 days after the date of closing on the property, you'll be able to have access to that information via public record. So if you Google the address
That's a problem.
and it's closed, then you'll find out what it sold for and who owns it. Because as soon as I bought my house, like
Yeah.
my name was listed like everywhere. And I was like, what the hell? What happened? And it's because like between all of like the financing companies that sell their information to third parties and stuff, and then like town public records and all that, like it just shows up. So I have a thing through like Intuit that's supposed to like run a report and then get back to me on how much shit's online. And then you can request to remove it.
Okay, so Zillow. Oh, okay. How would I know if it actually who got it?
Just message me the address. I'll find it for you. Providing you know, like when did it sell?
Recent.
How recent?
He started working. He started excavating it probably a good month or two ago or more.
So like, did he buy it in 2025? 2024?
I can't remember when I saw.
Because it takes a while for it to like public record to get updated. Damn, that's all that costs? God, why would you want that property? The F is that?
Okay, here's the backstory. I was told.
Oh, those are the power lines. This is underneath the power lines.
Oh, there's the power lines. He's underneath the power line.
No, it looks like it's under the power lines.
No, this one's not.
Well, then what the
It's the
hell?
one for 50K.
Not the one for 32.
I don't even see a 32.
I just Googled the address that you sent me, and I went to realtor.com, and I wouldn't even take a dump on that property.
Damn.
Apparently, it's been on Zillow for a year for 50,000.
Last sold in 2024. It's sold September 13th, 2024 for 50,000. The zestimate, the estimated value is 32,000. So they're taking a bath on that.
It's commercial. It's right beside the highway. That's why.
It's commercial because it looks like it has freaking industrial power lines going through it. Oh no, that's a state highway sign.
Yeah.
What the F would you want with this property? Like, why the hell would you
I
want to buy
live right
that?
up the road from it, so I'm just wondering who bought it to see what they're going to put into it. Because I
Nothing.
was told it was a commercial
The
property.
answer is like nothing and nobody. It's like an investment property in case like eminent domain or some shit like that.
Okay, I was just curious because it's like, okay, well, what's the story behind this? What?
They probably can't build anything on it.
Because I know he's clearing out the land.
I don't know. It's a sad piece of land.
Okay, I was just curious because I knew from past experiences any land that sold it's public record of knowledge. So I was just wondering who got it. That's all. I assume their prices on Zillow are accurate to what they actually are then.
Depends on where you are. Around here, it's not accurate.
From my area, I guess.
Around here, they're like, oh, the estimate's like 575, and it goes for like 750. Like since we moved in, we have the first house around here. It's not our street; it's the street over. It's going on the market for 725. Like it's the same size yard, and it's a little nicer. But it's not that great. Still old.
All right, I'll be around tomorrow if you guys are doing anything.
On to that fuckface.
Okie doke. Just do some college football tomorrow night.
Hell, if JT doesn't show up, I'm down.
I feel like I have to at least play it once.
Yeah, we don't know how long it's gonna be on there, so
It'll be on there for the whole time, I'm pretty sure.
um,
I think this time around, because now it's 25 instead of 24, I think they realized that they were missing out on like a huge population of people that wanted to play. That being said, I don't know why they don't do that with the show, but I feel like college football is way better and more people would rather play with that.
agree. I would like them to do like they do with Madden and put like the previous years up at least for us to play. I'll be down for that.
Playing old Maddens.
If they put like the old, because like Madden, like they had the past couple of years of Madden on there. They would have done that for
Like we have
MLB.
those.
No, I'm saying if they did it for MLB, they put the past couple. Like if the new one was not on there, but they still let us play the oldest one on there, I'd be
I see
down
what
with
you're
that.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not hard to please.
I don't know. I think Steam might be better off with going with a plan like this. Especially when there's like so much unknown shit. When a new game comes out and like 99.9% of the time it sucks. Like they should, for early access, there should be a 30-day return policy. provided that you sign up as like a tester and provide some kind of feedback. And because I think it's absolute garbage that you have to pay like $25 for an early access game, and then you have to sit there and wait to see if you got duped or if they're actually gonna put in the legitimate work to fix the bugs. Because with all these simulators, it's just like you get duped. They come out with it and then they just are like, oh, yeah, well, due to unforeseen circumstances, we're going to have to close down our shop.
That was a little bit harder than last time, but I found it.
What'd you find?
You live right down the road from a fire station?
Oh, there you go. Right? I told you, man. It's so easy now, and like I have like a third party.
No, that wasn't easy. That was not easy at all.
I know. So like some of the stuff, it takes like 3 months for it to like get removed, and I'm like, ugh. You should have seen it.
It wasn't you that I had to find.
Oh, my wife.
I'll put it that way. I searched you and your wife's name, and I found.
Yeah,
she's found it.
I know.
I was like, I'm up for a challenge. Let's see if I can pinpoint. Found Brandon's location. It's time to find this one.
I know. You should have seen it in like December. It was like all you had to do was just search my name, and that was it. And it was just like blew up like the first 3 pages of Google. And I was like, what the absolute hell? Like, why are we listed on all of these things? So I got a third-party thing that will just like take them down. But some of them take more time than others. But it'll
But
take
how
my
does-
stuff down. It
how
won't
does-
take my wife's stuff down.
So like, how does
she's-
it go through like all these platforms where you have like
So-
paid information and stuff like?
Yeah, so when you apply for a mortgage and like go through that process, the company that does like the algorithm for it sells your third party, like sells your information to third parties.
Yeah, but I'm saying the program you're using that removes it from the internet, like how? Because you
Yes,
have all
into
these
it.
programs that will have the information where you can just buy it. Like you go to the website and it's like, buy this.
So
all
they go to the
records.
sources. So they go to the sources of that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's already in their system. Like, do they just request like a removal or something? Like, how's that work?
Yeah, because it's public record, so you can request that your information be removed from public record, and they legally have to comply. But if you don't do anything about it, it's just everywhere. It's like signing up for a subscription service. So like for the first 2 months, 3 months, and even today that like we live here, I get final notices from like mortgage insurance companies. And it's like, well, we don't have mortgage insurance. So, but they know that we bought the house.
Do you
And
get
that's
the
because they go through all mortgage agencies sell your information to everyone else.
Do you get the this is Comcast Xfinity calling to let you know that the 50% credit for your monthly bill will be ending at the end of the day. Please call back. I get those
No, I
once a
turned
day.
this thing up. I turned this thing on my phone that if it's not a contact in your phone, it just automatically goes to voicemail. So I don't have to deal with any of that shit. So at the end of the day, I'll just like go through my voicemails, and if it's relevant, then I'll call them back. But if not, just delete it and block it. Highly
Sounds like
recommend that
Could
service.
do that.
You can. I haven't updated my phone in like 2 years.
Well, I don't. My kids' teachers, my dad's medical. You never know. Like if they're gonna try it.
Yeah, fair.
I could call.
Fair,
So
fair.
I wish it was ways like an out-of-state number. Denied.
Yeah, I wish you could do it by area code.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know how on the iPhone it comes up potential spam. Like, just
Yeah.
cancel those out. Just send them straight to voicemail.
Yeah, it can do that. And then what it does now, like if it's from a legitimate business, in the tagline, it'll say what the business is.
Yeah, that's how I know. Like when the office calls, like it comes up the name of the apartments. He's like, oh, that's because I don't save her number. I don't like answer the phone when she calls, but you know, kind of have to.
Dude, now that you have Xbox Game Pass, I just don't want to suggest it because I'm doing it on my own and
Oh shit!
I'm slower than I normally do things. But I feel like I'm in a good place. But Medieval Dynasty, man, the two of us could crush that game.
I'll have to look into it.
You have to you just like start out as just like the peasant in the medieval era, and then you just start your own village. And they have like different villages around the area, which are like their own separate dynasties, but like you can just run your own. Yeah, like so far it's actually pretty cool.
So do you actually
that a
get
lot.
to like build the buildings and stuff?
Yeah. So it's the same
Nice.
construction style as like the Hunter. I mean, not the Hunter. The Forest.
Ah.
So it's that kind of building style. But there's so much more to it. So like, in order to be able to like make money and survive, you have to build the various like centers in the area. So you need to have like a place where you can do agriculture. So you have to like make your own fields and like sowing and like all the old timey shit that you need. You have to have a building for each one of those, and then if you want to bring somebody into your new empire, you got to go recruit them to make sure that they're willing to do that task that you assign them to. But I'm not there yet. I haven't like assigned anybody. I haven't recruited anybody because I'm still trying to figure out like hunting and making money. But it's a really good game.
What's it called again? Medieval.
Medieval Dynasty. It's not a mix. Like it's mixed because it's like not super realistic.
Oh.
Like your way of hunting shit's a little off. But they get the age is right. Like when you start, you're 18 and you're looking to start like a family and stuff. So you have to look for somebody else that's like 18. Because once they get into like their upper 20s, they're like, oh yeah, it's no good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go do it for me for tonight. If you guys did enjoy this,
Damn.
do me a huge favor, leave a like down
All
below. It
right.
does help me out so very much, and I do appreciate it so very much. If you guys do want to see future farming sim live streams, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you guys want to be notified whenever we do a live upload video, click that notification bell. Those guys, thank you so very much for
The
watching.
random amount of shit
I'll
that
see you
just
guys
come out of
next
the
time.
woods and kill you.